Hey everyone, Brad here with your 26.2 workout. So obviously a lot of you guys probably saw the announcement already, kind of know what the workout is. I'll just explain it real quick. I know a lot of people are probably panicking because of the gymnastic movements. It's a very skilled workout, so obviously having those skills will be important. But there's different ways to kind of break this down so you can maximize the potential score that you can put up here. So we're gonna take a quick look at the workout, we'll go over it, and then we'll talk about different scenarios and how you can tackle it based on your current fitness level and your current skill level for the gymnastic movements. So we technically got 3 rounds here. We got a cap of 15 minutes. We're doing an 80-foot overhead walking lunge into 20 alternating dumbbell snatches with that same single dumbbell. And we'd see pull-ups for the first round, go through another round, the following round would be 20 chest to bar, following another round, then we'd finish up with 20 ring muscle ups. So that's obviously your RX version. We'd see a 50-pound dumbbell for the men, 35 for the ladies. If we're scaled, we'd see a little bit of a lighter dumbbell, so 35 for the men, 20 for the ladies. And then we'd see a different gymnastic progression. So we'd see a jumping pull-up, we'd get into the specifications of that on the open day. After that, we got any style of regular pull-ups, which is not a jumping pull-up, so it needs to be either kipping or a strict pull-up to get your chin over the bar, but it could be any grip, right? So it could be a chin-up grip, or we're going this way if we feel stronger, as long as we're getting our chin over the bar. And then the last one there would be a chest to bar, kind of replacing that gymnastic sequence. So a couple things here. We need to determine, are we doing it RX or scale? Once we got that, we know the movements and the weights we're working with, and then we can move forward with a game plan. After that is deciding how far are we going to get into the workout, right? So at what point do I think I can continue to do some of these movements? So if we kind of work our way backwards here, say I can only do pull-ups, I'm not quite at chest to bar yet. So our goal, being that there is a tie break time after the dumbbell snatches, if you're planning that, hey, this will probably be the hardest part of the workout and I'll most likely end on the pull-ups, is we're gonna wanna work as quickly as we can so we can get a good tie break time. And then this way it'll allow you to kind of take as much time as you need to complete the pull-ups, or if you don't, then it's not a big deal. But at least your tie break time will get you ahead of anybody else with the same amount of reps, right? So for someone that the scenario is a little bit more where I can do a few chest to bar, but the workout will most likely end there. In your case, we're gonna wanna kind of take the same approach, be a little bit more mindful on the pull-ups, so kind of take our time a little bit, but try and keep the clock in the back of our mind here, because we still wanna have decent tie break time. Because you get a new tie break time once you've completed the next round, right? And you get past those dumbbell snatches the second time. And then from there, you can start chipping away at your chest to bar with the time remaining. And just if we get a decent tie break time, it kind of gives you a little bit of a leg up on your competition, as long as we don't kind of burn out doing it. After that, obviously, if we're planning to get a couple ring muscle ups, it's making sure we're still pacing these gymnastic movements so that fatigue doesn't come back to haunt you in the later rounds, right? So we want to be careful with that. We come back around for another set. And then obviously we get a new tie break time and a chance to accumulate or attempt some ring muscle ups. I think the biggest thing is just pacing, right? Knowing where you're gonna kind of end along the gymnastic spectrum, and make sure we get there with one, enough energy, hopefully a pretty good tie break time, and just keep in mind that these dumbbell movements do bring on some fatigue, right? Dumbbell snatches could be a little bit grippy for some. That overhead walking lunge can definitely get those shoulders tired and make definitely the chest to bars and the ring muscle ups a little bit more challenging. So be mindful of that. Couple things to think about on the lunges is the distance will not quite be as long as our standard 25-foot length. We're allowed to go up to 20 feet. So you will do 2 there and backs, maybe counting the amount of steps it takes you to cover those lengths, so that way mentally you're ready to tackle the lunges and you got a bit more of a game plan, right? We can switch out arms as much or as little as you need to. So for some of you guys that, hey, maybe we struggle on the left side with that heavier dumbbell, well, hey, let's do more reps on our stronger side, make sure we're not missing any lunges, and that we can cover those lengths with a little bit less difficulty, Okay. So anyways, biggest thing is figure out, hey, where are we going to get through along that gymnastic progression, and then we'll build a plan around there. So some things to think about, and then we will see you guys here on Saturday.